So over the past like 6, 7 years, I've just been consuming a shit ton of content from, the greatest traders in the world. You name it, I've probably read his book, learned his videos or whatever. But I've just been consuming a shit ton of content from all the greatest traders around the world. And that's how, you get better as a trader. You got to learn from someone who already has done it, has the experience, and can show you, the mistakes that you don't want to make. So the common theme with all these big traders, all the famous traders out there, is one, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. So as a trader, we operate in a market that's never 100% certain. So you could have a trade idea, but it's never 100% certain what's going to happen next. But that's besides the point. You don't need to know what happens next in order to be a great trader. And then the second thing, the most important thing, was these big traders, they know how to cut their losses short. They know that they're not going to be right on every single trade, but if they cut their losses short, they'll be able to, have consistent gains in the long run, even though they're not going to be right 100% of the time. Most futures traders out there, if they're right 40% of the time, they're lucky. You could still make money with a 40% win to loss ratio. Win to loss ratio is, overrated. You don't need to focus on that too much. But above 40%, you're lucky if you're a futures trader. But the next thing is they add to their winners too. So not only do they know how to cut their losses, but when they're in a winning trade, they add to it and they go big, because they know that the setup is there. Maybe their initial entry is up a significant amount, but the volume's still pumping in. The setup's still working. There's no reason to get out of the trade. So what they do is add to it, because you want to add to your winners. You want to milk as much as you can out of that great trade. But those are like the three common themes that you get from the big traders out there. So you just got to follow, their footsteps. You got to manage your risk, cut your losses short. You got to add to your winners, and you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's just the reality of trading. You're never going to know what's going to happen next. You can have an idea, but you're just not going to be 100% certain. It's just the reality of how it is.